So, hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests. A very good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to the joint meeting of Medley Toastmasters and Wordsmith Toastmasters Club. I am Abhimanyu, and I am subject and arms for today's meeting. The mission of the Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member gets an opportunity to improve communication and leadership skills, which in turn boosts self-confidence and personal growth. And in every Toastmasters meeting, we follow three ground rules. Rule number one, please maintain silence throughout the meeting. And if you are not talking, put yourself on mute. And since it's an online meeting, kindly turn off the video when moving. And rule number second, please avoid taboo topics such as sex, religion, and politics. And the third and last rule, please do join the meeting in formal attire. And with this, over to the presiding officer, Toastmasters Arun. And a small introduction about him. He's an embedded engineer working as a lead at Logitech. He's currently learning machine learning, and the president of the Chennai Wordsmith, has been the VP and secretary of the club also. He is also the district ecosystem co-chair. With this, over to you, Toastmasters Arun.
Thank you, Abhimanyu, for this wonderful introduction. Good evening, dear Toastmasters of Chennai Wordsmiths and Medley Toastmasters. It was a great thought to have these two clubs, Jain clubs of Chennai, joining hands together for this wonderful day. And let me go with this great thought. I was thinking, what was the thought that we can tell today and which would be benefiting the members? And I incidentally saw a quote which said, see energy as a resource, the money or time. You only have a finite energy and try to utilize it in the right channel. Now, if you see, we always say yes or no without thinking what are the impacts that it would create. I said yes to my wife and I have never got a chance to say no after that. So make sure what kind of decisions you make and how you are making. The reason why I'm saying this is we can say yes to everything, but having the wisdom to say no is very, very essential. In everyday's life, we make so many decisions, and to be successful in life, we must know when to say no and how to say no. So with that thought, I would like to declare the meeting number 591 of Chennai Wordsmiths and 589 of Medley Toastmasters open. Great. So the two Titans of Chennai, which is the Chennai Wordsmiths Toastmasters Club, which was the second community club of the Tamil Nadu state. And after that, we had been told that there were so many Toastmasters of Wordsmiths who joined together to create this beautiful club called Medley Toastmasters. Now, I'm seeing a great amount of leaders and a great amount of speakers emerging from these two great clubs. To have them all together in this one meeting and have about 49, we are going to be close to 50 participants. So it's a great achievement, and I thank each one of you who make this meeting successful, who will make this meeting successful. Now, to say the members who are present there are plenty of DTMs here in this club. So in Chennai Wordsmiths, we have about 9 Toastmasters who are DTMs. And I know that there are plenty in the Medley Toastmasters as well. Say, for example, we have DTM Sampath Saurirajan, Ram Prasad, DTM Kalyan, and we have District CJ Rajiv Nambiar from Chennai Wordsmiths, Assistant Judge District Judge Reena, DTM Reena, and Parliamentarian DTM Abraham Zakaria, and we have plenty of DTMs like DTM Yuvraju, DTM Arun Sridhar, DTM Maithili, and the list goes on and on. So that's the kind of members we have in these two great clubs. Now, without delaying further, I would like to get to know the guests who are present here. Definitely there should be a good number of guests. Can I hear it from guest Varsha? Varsha, how did you get to know about this meeting, and can you briefly tell about yourself? Yes, Varsha.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Varsha, can you please unmute and tell about yourself and how did you get to know about this meeting? Okay, we'll come back later. Can we have guest Naman? Can you explain about yourself and how did you get to know about this meeting?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
So, good evening everyone, this is Naman. So I get to know about this club through one of my friend who's Ramesh. So I'm currently pursuing chartered accountancy. So I'll get to know more about the club and learn how to think. So that's why I joined here. It's good to have people here.
Can we have guest Varsha? Can you please tell about yourself? Yes, Varsha.
Yeah, good evening everyone. This is Varsha Rangaraj and my dad is a part of the Toastmasters Club, which is RPTM, and I wanted to join in Ananagar's Toastmasters Club. So I got through by browsing Google and I've completed my class 12. So waiting for my college admissions.
Welcome, Varsha. We'll get in touch with you post the meeting. Hope you enjoy the meeting. Now, for the benefit of the guests, Toastmasters International is a non-profit organization and it has clubs around around 120 countries, and there are plenty of clubs in Chennai itself. So, Chennai Wordsmiths and Medley Toastmasters are one among the clubs that you see in Chennai. Now, without any further delay, I would like to give the control to the Toastmaster of the day. And today's Toastmaster of the day is a very famous person in Toastmasters fraternity, at least in district 120. So this Toastmaster of the day works for a banking domain consultant in TCS as a banking domain consultant. She had held a lot of offices in Toastmasters from different club officers level to the area director, division directors, district director, and club extension chair, club growth director, PQD, and even the district director. You name any leadership role, she had been there. And she has received district outstanding Toastmaster of the year, area director of the year, division director of the year, and has been instrumental in making district 82 reach greater heights. She is a Toastmaster from 2010 and is a member of 3 clubs. Let's join hands to welcome Toastmaster of the day, DTM Suganti. DTM Suganti, the space is yours.
Thank you, President Toastmaster Arun. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters from Chennai Wordsmiths Toastmasters Club and Medley Toastmasters Club, and a special welcome to all our guests. All right, today's meeting is something very special because we are going to speak about a city that is close to our hearts, which is Chennai. Well, Toastmasters, for most of us in this meeting room, we don't hail from Chennai. Either work has brought us to Chennai or education has brought us to Chennai, and we have eventually made Chennai our home. For those of us, especially those who are hailing from the interior portions of Tamil Nadu, coming to Chennai itself is a huge achievement. Looking at big buildings, the vast beaches, the buzzing Chennai traffic, not to forget the commercial areas like T Nagar and Saukapet, the affluent areas like Annanagar and Nungambakam, and the first time that to step into a shopping mall like Spencer's. Well, all the 2000 kids may not know where Spencer Plaza is, but for those of us who came to Chennai in the 2000s, Spencer Plaza was the happening place, like how we have Phoenix and Forum Mall today. I think we have all been baffled, looked at Chennai with awe, because we all hail from the small, quiet towns like Salem, Madurai, Dharmapuri, Coimbatore, and the other areas of Tamil Nadu. So today I thought, especially with the onset of Corona, many of us went back to our hometowns, but I think there is a portion of us which really longs to get back to Chennai, and we have been holding that portion, small portion of Chennai with us, and I don't think every day passes without we cherishing the days that we have spent in Chennai and longing and looking forward to that day when we can get back. All right, for those of us who are not from Tamil Nadu or who don't know much about Chennai, let me quickly give you a little sneak into Chennai's history. Chennai, which was formerly known as Madras, I think people say Chennai is a name, Madras is an emotion, was originally known by the Tamil name called Puliyur Kottam, and the scriptures say that the name Puliyur Kottam is nearly 2000 years old. Chennai has the distinct, I wouldn't say pleasure, but then it had a distinct, okay, I'm at a loss of words because I've been reading a bit of architecture and the history of Chennai. Chennai was ruled initially by the Cholas, and then from the Cholas, the Pallavas took over, and then eventually the Cholas gained power again, and finally it was ruled by the Pandyas before the Britishers took over the reins of the kingdom from them. The present day city of Chennai started in the year 1644 as an English settlement called as Fort St. George. So Fort St. George was the area of power then, and today also Fort St. George continues to be the power of the state. That is where the state of Tamil Nadu is getting ruled by, because we have the Chief Minister's office, the Secretariat, and the Legislative Assembly all housed in the Fort St. George area. In fact, the whole of Tamil Nadu was once called as the Madras state, and it was only in the year 1968 that Madras state got renamed as Tamil Nadu. Well, for those of you who are wondering how Madras came to be known as Chennai, I'm not going to sit and do all the homework. So here comes a little bit of homework to all of you. After the meeting, go hit Google and figure out why the emotional name of Madras got changed as Chennai. All right, let's get into the Toastmasters meeting. Like every Toastmasters meeting, today's Toastmasters meeting will also have 3 segments, and in fact, we also have a special segment. The 3 usual segments are the prepared speeches, where our Toastmasters prepare speeches based on project objectives. We then have the impromptu speaking session known as the table topics, and then we move on to the strength of the Toastmasters program called as the evaluation. And today's special segment is an educational session by one of our very famous Toastmasters, Toastmaster Sridhar Ranganathan. So a meeting of this glamour needs to be supervised, like how we had all those Cholas, Cheras, and Pandyas, and of course the Britishers ruling us and building the city. I think today's meeting also has somebody like a supervisor, a king, a Chennai king, known as the general evaluator. This person is a Chennai Vasi. By Chennai Vasi, what I mean is somebody who has the privilege of being born and brought up and living so many years in Chennai. He is none other than Toastmaster Yuvraj, and he says that Chennai is, there are different portions of Chennai that he loves. Each portion of Chennai has its unique flavor. And he being a Chennai Vasi, he says that one should always go to the Marina Beach to taste the fish, should not forget to drink Irani chai, taking a bite of the small onion samosas. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to welcome our general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Yuvraj.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome Chennai Wordsmith Toastmasters Club and Medley Toastmasters Club. What a sangamam of two lighthouse clubs or two great clubs coming together and having a meeting. Thanks for that warm introduction, DTM Suganti. Today I'll be playing the role of a general evaluator. So as a general evaluator, my role will be to, as Suganti said, supervise or to look in the meeting from the word go, from the start till end. And if you think that I'm going to do the role single-handedly, definitely not. I have two sets of teams which will assist me in evaluating the entire meeting. The first set of people is called as tag team. It consists of timer, R counter, and grammarian. And the second set of team is the evaluator team. Now coming back to the first team, we have a tag team which consists of timer, R counter, and grammarian. Today, the timer role will be done by Toastmaster Mohan. Can I request Toastmaster Mohan to spell the objectives of a timer role?
Hello Toastmasters and respected DTMs and welcome guests. Good afternoon. As a timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using a green, yellow and red cards, which denotes a specific time remaining. For the table topic speakers, should limit the remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise a green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will raise a yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise a red cards. For the prepared speeches, it should be 5 to 7 minutes in a length. At 5 minutes, I will raise a green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise a yellow card. At 7 minutes, I will raise a red card. Individual evaluators should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise a green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will raise a yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will raise a red card. Thank you. Over to general evaluators.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohan. Mohan will be assisted by Surya in doing the timer role. The next is R counter. Today's R counter is Toastmaster Radha. Can I request Toastmaster Radha to spell out the objectives of R counter role?
Good evening, everyone. As an R counter, I shall take note of audible pauses used by speakers such as you know, so, and etc. At the end of the meeting, I shall give my report when called upon by the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Radha. Next is grammarian. Today's grammarian is Toastmaster Atishya. Can I request Toastmaster Atishya to read out the objectives of R counter role?
Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. As the grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay attention to all the speakers, listening to the language usage. I'll take notes of any improper language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, phrases, sayings, etc. Also, as the grammarian, I will introduce the word of the day. Let me share my screen. So, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah, so for today, the word of the day is reminiscence. And I chose this word in line with the theme, Namma Madras. So the verb forms of the word are reminisce, reminisces, reminiscing. Using these in your speeches will also be counted as usage of the word of the day. The word means, there are two meanings that are relevant to the current theme. Number one, a story about a past event remembered by the narrator. And number two, an enjoyable recollection of past events. A few examples of using the word reminiscence. His reminiscences of his teenage years in his Velashiri neighborhood. Hearing the stories of his childhood made me smile in reminiscence. Hoping to see a lot of speakers use these words today. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Atishi. Now it's my turn to hand over the control back to Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Sugandhi.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Yuvraj. Let's now get ready to board the Madras train. And while all of us get into the various compartments, our first stop will be the prepared speeches area. And today we have two interesting speeches lined up for you. Again, I think this meeting is very special because the prepared speakers for today are also Chennai Vasis. The first Chennai Vasi who is going to enlighten us today is somebody who loves the Besanagar portion of Chennai, and he says that Chennai is known for its kind-hearted people who are always ever ready to lend a helping hand without distinguishing which area the people are from, whether they are from the rest of Tamil Nadu or from Kerala, Karnataka, or from the rest of the world. And I think that is very much true. His favorite food items from Chennai happen to be the masala dosa, and he claims that biryani is also from Chennai, which is quite debatable. Before we invite the first speaker, let us hear from the evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Sunil Josh.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Sugandhi. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and friends. Today, Toastmaster Arun Kumar is giving a speech from the PAT Motivational Strategies. So he is giving a speech from level 1, and the project number is 2, Evaluation and Feedback. So let's see the purpose of the speech. The purpose of the project Evaluation and Feedback is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive the feedback, and apply the feedback to second speech. Today, Arun Kumar is giving second speech, and the purpose of the speech is for him to demonstrate that he has applied the feedback received from his first speech. All the best. Over to you, Arun Kumar.
Thank you, DTM Sunil Josh. Let's put our hands together to welcome the first speaker for today, Toastmaster Arun, who is going to deliver his speech titled, Are You Safe? Are you safe, Toastmaster Arun?
How many of you love driving? I hate it. I hate it completely. I'll tell you why. Good evening, dear Toastmasters and my dear guests. In India, they say the driving is keep left. But you start on the left, as you see people filling it up, you move on to the right. As you see people moving on to the right, you find all the ways that is all the gaps that's available and try to fill in and maneuver and go on to the place that you want to be, just like how a stream of river goes to the ocean, isn't it? Now, during that course of time, you see a lot of different types of drivers. Number one, me first drivers. These are those drivers, they think that I'm the number one. The queue is for you. They always want to be the number one drivers. And number two type of driver is my way is the right way drivers. And these type of drivers, they don't believe in rules at all. They say, this is a U-turn where I cannot take a U-turn, I will take it. And this is an exit, I will enter there. And this is an exit, and I will enter there. And wherever they find it's a one way, they all go in the opposite direction. They always want to break the rules. So they say, my way is my way. And the third type of driver is hide and seek drivers. You see them a lot. You will be driving smoothly, listening to some A.R. Rahman songs. And at the same time, you hear a huge noise. Whoosh! That's it. So somebody from nowhere came in, crossover, and then they disappeared. Those are hide and seek drivers, very, very dangerous drivers. And number four are the RMC drivers, are buffalo drivers. I hate them completely. If you see in the road, they go center of the road. They don't allow you to go onto the left or go onto the right. They go at 30s and 40s, still on the road. And sometimes you see those bikers in the rightmost corner of the road where you are having the fastest lane. You would be trying to go fast and they would be going in 20s, aram se. So these are those aram se drivers. And the last one are the ones that you will be able to definitely relate with your friends or even yourself, which is called the rush hour drivers. If you have an interview at 10 a.m. in the morning at Adyar, they start their bike at 9:50 a.m. from Coimbatore, thinking that in 10 minutes they will reach Adyar. At Yellow, we have to stop and wait. But for them, no Yellow. They cross over and they go like anything. And they always think that they are the Schumachers of the road and they want to be the Ferrari racers. So these are the rush hour drivers. But if you see, there are so many more drivers that you find in this Indian roads. But there is one important thing that you learn driving in India, which is you learn involuntarily lot of life lessons and lot of values while you drive in India. Say, for example, courage and patience, tolerance, handling stress. If somebody comes in, scold you, you said nothing, and then you go on. So that is something that you can practice at home as well. So if you see the, if you leave the fun part, there are about 1.5 lakhs of people who die because of road accidents every year, which means as we speak now in this Toastmasters meeting, in the 2 hours of Toastmasters meeting, average about 35 people die because of road accident. And the statistics says that India is one of the worst country with respect to road conditions and accidents. Now I want to share you a story which is definitely not a reminiscence. This story is of a family, a father, a mother, and a son who was studying class 10. They recently did their housewarming ceremony and I was part of that. And they were really enjoying their new life, coming into the new life after a great struggle with their life and being. And that particular month, maybe 3 months ago, this lady she was about 35 years aged and she had to attend a family function. So she wanted to go from Kolattur to Egmore and she had a bike through which she usually commutes. And this day was no different. She took her bike, she called the family members out, she said bye-bye to his baby and they hugged and they said like, I'll be coming back home, and she started her bike. Everything was fine and it was nice until that. This lady went in to the Egmore signal and there she had to take a U-turn. Now this lady was having her bike, she saw to her left, she saw to her right, and then she saw to her left again and slowly started to accelerate. The bike started to move. And from the opposite side of the road, this hide and seek driver, auto driver was coming at a very high speed, jumped the signal and came in fast and dashed at the back of this vehicle. And this lady, she just fell from the bike. She fell onto the sideways of the pavement. Her head hit at the pavement and she was lying over there with the blood, a river of blood. And I had the same question. Did she not wear the helmet? Did she forget the helmet? No, she was wearing the helmet. She always used to wear the helmet, but she was wearing this half helmet which does not cover the jaw. So what happened was, as soon as the auto rickshaw hit him, this lady helmet fell even before she landed. She was able to see the helmet fall off. And she was in the bloodstream and she died on the spot. It was because of that driver who was playing hide and seek in that road. Now, if you see the statistics says about 90% of the total accidents that's happening, if you wear the helmet properly strapped in and have the right structure of helmet, you will be saved about 90% of the time. And incidentally, out of the 1.5 lakhs of accidents that happens on the road, 73.8% of the accidents are happening just because they do not wear a proper helmet. Now, dear Toastmasters, I have a sincere request today. In a split second, you can create a ruin of failure and create a hole in the heart of. So please obey the traffic rules, not for the government, but for yourself and your family. Be responsible. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arun, for delivering such a thought-provoking speech. I think we can very well relate to your speech because all of us live in Chennai and we have met all these kinds of riders and drivers in our everyday life. Well, the Madras train has started its journey from the Ennore port, which is the north part of Madras officially. Arun took us to the beach station. Now let's take a short break at the beach station and reminisce about Madras. Now, how many of you here are not Chennai Vasis? Can you quickly show a raise of hands or the thumbs up signal using the emoticon? Well, that's most of us here, right? In fact, Toastmasters and Chennai have a very strong connection. You know how? Ask anybody who has come to live in Chennai because of work and eventually became a Toastmaster. All of us will say, if not for Toastmasters, we wouldn't have explored the city of Chennai. In fact, to me, if it was not for Chennai Wordsmiths Toastmasters Club, I would have never ever gone to that area called Anna Nagar. All right, now the train is at beach station. Now let's all of us get back from the platform onto the train after collecting that samosa or tea or water bottle. And we have the next speaker who is yet another, of course, a Chennai Vasi, someone who's been in Chennai for more than 33 years. And he says that it is the temples and beaches of Chennai that adds a unique, distinct flavor to Chennai. He says that if somebody has to experience Chennai, they should definitely be a foodie and they should go to Kakanad Ram Prasad stall in Saukapet, especially with an empty stomach, and relish all the varieties of chaat items, lassi and milkshakes that one has to offer. Before we invite this Chennai Vasi, let's hear from the evaluator, Toastmaster Arun Sridhar, distinguished Toastmaster Arun Sridhar.
Thank you, Suganti. So the second speaker is giving his project to level 1 from the innovative planning pathway, and that is evaluation and feedback. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of the speech is for member to and to receive feedback from the evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put our hands together to welcome our next Chennai Vasi, who is going to present a speech titled Lord of the Rings. Lords of the Rings Toastmaster Narasimhan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Lord of the Rings. Well, it's not the ring that Frodo Baggins was after in the movie of the same name. I'm referring to the ring that's actually found on the streets of every big city, the manhole, and the Lord who cleans it, the manual scavenger. Right from a very young age, we've been taught that cleanliness is next to godliness. It didn't strike me until I saw a manual scavenger get into a manhole and clean the sewers with his bare hands. That image stuck to my mind, and it is not an image which I would like to reminisce about. To me, he is no less than a god, as he's ensuring that we do not end up doing the dirty job. Now, what is manual scavenging? Manual scavenging is actually an act of manually cleaning and disposing of human wastes in open pits and drains. This was banned almost 27 years back through the passing of the Manual Scavengers Employment Act. Though illegal, this practice is still in use across the country due to improper waste management and disposal techniques. There are about 1,000 manual scavengers in the Chennai city, earning a paltry wage of 600 rupees on a daily basis. And the occupational hazards and the environment in which they operate poses a lot of threat for them. In fact, there has been more than 60 deaths in the last 3 years in Chennai alone. Deaths primarily occur due to asphyxiation and exposure to poisonous gases. And people around them also run the risk of contacting communicable diseases from them. Most importantly, it is actually the stigma that is associated with the job. Most of these manual scavengers are actually ostracized because of the nature of the work. Can the manual scavengers see a ray of hope? Can they lead their lives with dignity? Yes, definitely yes. To this, I would like to propose 3 solutions which can be implemented quite easily. The first solution is use of technology. The second solution is reskilling and rehabilitation of the manual scavengers. The third solution is strict enforcement of rules and laws. Technology has always provided solutions to the challenges that humanity faces. And this is, again, no big deal. Technology has a solution to this problem as well. In most of the developed countries, sewers are actually cleaned by robots. In fact, an Indian company called Gen Robotics has devised or has created a robot called Bandicoot, which actually can clean the sewer lines. The way Bandicoot operates is pretty simple. It gets into the manhole, it mimics the activities of a manual scavenger, and it gets the job done. Now, the benefit of using a robot is multifold. Most importantly, it eliminates the loss of lives and the occupational hazards that are associated with manual scavenging. The second solution that I would like to propose is reskilling and rehabilitation of manual scavengers. We can have these manual scavengers operate these robots, which will give them an alternate career to look forward to. They can also look at alternate options which are relatable, such as plumbing and electrical work. Well, most of you will agree that these skills are in huge demand in Chennai, and by reskilling these, we will be able to bridge the supply-demand gap that exists in Chennai for these skills. Now, the third solution that I would like to propose is enforcement of strict rules and laws. What government can do is they can constitute a monetary reward for people who bring forth irregularities to the officials. They can also constitute a commission, which will ensure that all the rules and processes are adhered to. The government can also put strict penalties and monetary penalties, which can be enforced upon by the government. Now, in terms of, say, the funding or the overall expenditure in relation to these solutions, I did a quick math. Chennai Corporation receives about 100 complaints on a daily basis, and it would take anywhere between 5 to 7 bandicoots to actually resolve those complaints. And the cost of bandicoot is about 20 lakhs. So approximately for reskilling and for implementing the bandicoot robots, it will cost about 4.3 crores. Now, the funding can be done by the Chennai Corporation itself, but they can also look at alternate sources of funding. There are about 2,000 companies in Chennai, which has an annual turnover of more than 100 crores. If 50% of these companies contribute 50,000 rupees, the objectives for this initiative can be achieved. This also aligns well with the Swachh Bharat mission that our country has embarked on. To summarize, manual scavenging is a cruel practice which needs to end. It can be done through use of technology, to reskilling and rehabilitation of manual scavengers, and thirdly, enforcing strict rules and laws. It is time for us to stand up for those people who have toiled in sweat and dirt for us. Over to you, Tia Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Narasimhan, for shedding light on a very sensitive topic, something that most of us took for granted, because if it was not for these genuine souls, I don't think all of us would have been able to carry out our day-to-day lives in a seamless manner, especially in a big city like Chennai, where we don't think twice to create garbage. Thank you, Toastmaster Narasimhan. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the train started from the beach station and traveling all the way through the traditional sector of Mylapore, the area bustling with sport activities like Chepauk, and slowly making its way to Adyar. Now we have reached the Guindy station. Well, we do have two options now. For those of you who are interested in digging a little more into the history of Chennai, you can now take the train that is headed to St. Thomas Mount. But for those of us who come from the small towns of Chennai and we look at all those celebrities on the silver screen, I think we can take the train that goes to the tinsel town of Chennai, Vadapalani and Coimbatore. And Kodambakkam, and of course not to forget the commercial hub of the vegetable market called Coimbatore, and explore the other portions of Chennai. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, those two options are available only if you are physically sitting in the Chennai train. But since we are in a Toastmasters meeting, I'm not going to give you any choice but to dive straight into our educational session. The presenter for today is yet another Chennai Vasi who was born and brought up in Chennai, and he says that he loves to take a drive on the beach road, and he insists that anybody who lives in Chennai should definitely take the beach road to enjoy the weather of Chennai. He says he loves Chennai. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's a very peculiar answer. He says he loves Chennai because it seems Chennai helps anybody who comes to live in Chennai to adapt to its weather conditions without having to make much preparations. Well, Chennai, the weather is hot, hotter, hottest, and if you can get an air conditioner and of course a job to pay for the electricity bill, I'm sure we'll all be able to happily adapt to the Chennai weather. He's very fond of the Arvind ice cream, and to formally introduce him, he is a professional with over 30 years of experience in the healthcare industry, a veteran Toastmaster, a district speech finalist, and a sought after Toastmaster who brings in his area of expertise in speech crafting and evaluation. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to welcome the current CEO of Helixon Solutions Private Limited, Toastmaster, distinguished in his own style, Toastmaster Sridhar Ranganathan.
Thank you so much, Suganti. I think nobody can explain Madras better than what you have done. I think Madras gets glorified when people like you explain. That is something which is amazing. So first of all, thanks everybody for having me here on this important meeting. First time I'm doing something like this about opening and closing of a speech, because normally when we get into a speech session, we'll get to know what is the content of the speech and how it has to be delivered. For the first time, we are focusing something on the opening and the conclusion of the speech. Which I'm sure everybody will find it very interesting, and more importantly, it will be learning for all of us. I should say for me, it has been a great learning, because if I had decided to prepare a speech, or if I had decided to evaluate a speech, I would have just got one opening and one closing. Today, I already have 7 opening and 7 closings, the 14 different things which has come to me already. So I'm sure this is going to be a great learning for everybody. I would like to share my screen first and then show some, I'll put it this way first. I will show you some opening that I have liked in the World Championship speeches, and then some closing also which I like, and thereby understand how these are different and how these are impactful, and then we will get into the 7 opening demonstrators and 7 closing demonstrators to tell us how this can happen. So I'll be happy to share my screen now. Are you able to see my screen? So first of all, I mean, a meeting which involves all about Madras cannot begin without a typical Chennai speech. So I would like you all to see how a typical Chennai speech can be. If there are some taboo words in this, please don't hold me responsible because I have not mentored or evaluated that speech. Okay, so I'm sure you first saw in one speech you have vocal variety, you have body language, you have props also, you have the anatomy, physiology of the body. Everything is included in this, and I'm sure a Madras speech is a Madras speech and you can never beat it actually. But let us get into some more serious stuff as such. And I'm sure all of you would have seen this speech, and I am a big fan of this speech, which opening, which is something which is phenomenal.
You and I are not very different from this flower, just like this flower is unique. You are unique. All of us have something special that makes us as beautiful. Do you know what makes you special? Now, the answer to that can be a little difficult to find, because sometimes life has a cruel way of picking out your petals, breaking you in two, and throwing you into the trash. And when you're broken, it's very difficult to feel special. Mr. Contest Chair, my...
So that's one which is very interesting. And then there's another one here.
I would like to tell parents, the kids who cannot sit at one place, they
What? What? All you all think smoking kills? Let me tell you something. Do you know that the amount of people dying from diabetes are 3 times as many people dying from smoking? Yet if I pulled a Snicker bar, nobody will say anything. Do you know that the leading cause of lung cancer is not actually a cigarette? It's your DNA. You could smoke for years and nothing will ever happen to you. This whole war against smoking is just to restrict the farming of tobacco. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I use these arguments, even though I just made them up.
So this is another opening that we had, and one more I would show you before I get into the actual session.
Hey loser, how do you like your new school uniform? I think it looks great on you. Those were the words of my high school bully, Greg Umberfield.
That was more to do with the
Now,
costume, so I don't want to get into the speech more. And last but not least, I'm going to show one on the closing. So this is one of my most favorite speeches again.
Is there something collapsed in your life? Your knowledge may be limited. Your skills may be rusty, but no doubt you'll be changed when you reach out. Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so thank you very much for paying attention to those World Championship speeches. You saw all the four speeches are World Championship winning speeches, what I showed. And see, one thing which is very important is many a times, as much as we focus on the content of the speech and on the delivery of the speech, we don't generally spend time in the opening or on the conclusion of the speech. And I think it is very important. In fact, yesterday I was seeing this Comic Stan, and where this Karthik Kumar was telling that, Praveen, he was telling that your best joke actually has to be the closing one, and your second best joke has to be the opening one. And if you draw parallel to the inspirational speeches, or if you want to draw parallel to any other speeches as well, your most powerful point has to be the closing, and the second most powerful point has to be the opening. And if these two are created as pillars, and then anything else you construct in between actually can really take the speech to a completely different level. While it is very important, we also need to understand that it needs to be done in moderation. Because I remember there's one person who actually had, out of a 7-minute speech, almost 3 minutes of opening. Because only at 3.5 minutes, he started saluting the Toastmaster of the Day types. That's also not good. And similarly, some people will have opening, which is also, conclusion also, which is very long. And people will think, okay, that this guy is concluding. And then as you see that he's concluding, he'll come up with the next point of conclusion. You know what I want to say? One more point, one more point, one more point. The conclusion itself will look like another speech as such. So that also is too much. What has to be done has to be done in moderation. I think the manual suggests that it has to be around 10% of the content and 10% of the time that you can devote to the opening and to the conclusion. Thereby, it can actually be made very, very interesting. So we have almost 7 types which are actually given as per the Toastmasters guidelines, which can be available as opening, and there are 7 types which are available as closing as well. So they actually are similar to each other. So I want to I want to first compliment those people who have already prepared and shared with me, and it was very interesting to see so many aspects which have come up. So I will now request each one of those demonstrators to come and talk about their opening, and then maybe after that we will have a discussion about what went right in that and what can be better in that, and then maybe we can get into the closing as well. So to take it forward, let me invite the first speaker, who will actually be doing the just one second. The first importance of topic, opening by Toastmaster Arvind.
I hope I'm audible.
Yes, Arvind.
Okay. 1.5 lakh people die every year in India due to a road accident, which amounts to 17 people dying every hour. Across the world, road transport in India is considered to be one of the worst. Out of those 1.5 lakh people dying annually, almost 73.8% of them did not wear a helmet or wore it wrongly. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am almost 20 years old, holding a valid driving license, and I travel a lot with a bike or by a car. But when I am asked to choose between being a driver and being yet another passenger, I'll happily choose the latter. Do you know why? Over to you.
Thank you very much, Arvind. So now I'm sure you saw that basically when he spoke about it, he actually identified, he spoke on importance of the topic, right? That was the first type of opening which is available. So where we straightforward introduction, give introduction about what is he talking about and why it is important about what he is going to speak on. So while you saw that even when Arun spoke about the speech, he also had a different opening. But here Arvind clearly brought out what is the importance of the topic that is getting discussed, and thereby it really makes a huge impact for people to get and to pay attention of what is coming next as such. So that's the first type, which is the importance of topic. Now let's go into the most another interesting one, which is a startling statement. So when we start the opening with a startling statement, may I request DTM Guru Prasad to give the opening up with a startling statement.
Yeah, voice check, Sridhar. Can you hear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Screech! I stood on top of my brake pedal and pressed all my body over it. One super fast motorcycle guy from the left side of the road switched past me, taking a fast and furious 90-degree right turn. He had decided to take advantage of the microsecond gap between the signal turning green and me starting my vehicle, and missed his timing calculation. It had a dominoes effect, making all the vehicle behind me coming to a grinding halt to avoid further collision. Fully concealed with the helmet and the obvious corona mask, he just stopped for a second, looked at me, gave a deep look, just spits past as if nothing had happened. Being a typical Namma Madras guy, I felt I was lucky that he didn't get down and start scolding me. The whole Chennai would have supported him because he was in a bike, I was in a car. Does it look surprising to you, friend? If yes, then you must be a second generation US guy visiting Chennai to meet your Skype and Zoom grandpas, or you are from the native of Kakinayakampatti, where traffic means the only minibus that comes to your village 3 times a day. For a typical Chennai humanoids like us, this is business as usual. Good morning, dear Toastmasters and my dear friends. How many of you love driving? I hate it. Over to you, Sridhar.
Thank you, sir. So again, friends, did you see here? It was something like what we saw in the World Championship speech as well. You had a sudden screech that happened, right? And this is a startling statement where you get the attention of audience to wonder what is happening. And moment that screech happened and moment he was able to move to the next line, people could visualize that something is happening on the road. And that grabs the attention. And then he went on to give what all can actually go wrong in a road and what all actually can happen. And we were able to visualize before we move into the body of the speech as such. So startling speech is the next variety which is there. Thank you very much, Guru sir, for making that. And then the third one is arousing suspense and curiosity. May I request Toastmaster Sujata to come and give her opening of this option.
Audio check.
Yes.
Food, shelter, and clothing are the 3 basic needs of mankind. There is one most important thing which is missing. Guess what? It is the dominant sense and an integral feeling of every living being. And it is more for women. In fact, shelter and clothing needs are closely linked to this. Our day-to-day activities like going for a job, earning money, saving money, making a preference for train over a bus, wearing helmet, wearing mask, all of this are to ensure this. I'm sure you'd have guessed, you're right, it is safety. How do we safeguard ourselves from the reckless Namma Madras drivers? Good evening, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Sujata. Again, in this type, I would again draw parallel to what Mohammad Katani did. Though, if you keep the smoking part away, after that is why I played it till he actually brought up the Toastmaster of the Day thing, where he said, he gave some statements, one after the other, saying that, comparing it to the diabetes, comparing it to something else, and finally, he brought a few statements before coming and actually bringing in a twist and then getting into the speech. So similarly, if you see what Sujata did, she was able to bring out various statements which actually aroused curiosity, not only about food, shelter and clothing and various other things. And then it was really intriguing for us to see, okay, what is that she is going to talk about? And then it makes it easy for you to get into the statement. So thanks, Sujata, for bringing in that aspect of the opening. So now let's get into story anecdote. So can we have Toastmaster Jagan?
Yes, Sridhar. The Lord of the Rings is a tale of two boys. Unfortunately, it begins with their tragic death. Sushant was 34 years old. Arun was 25. Sushant acted on top of the stage while Arun toiled under it. Sushant every day enacted different characters in fancy dresses and exotic perfumes. Arun would enact the same, appear the same, stink the same when no gods came. Sushant hit the top of his career with a 6. Arun cleaned the bottom of the tank with a sweep. TV anchors roared Sushant's death. Investigation flew across the country. But everybody hesitated even to retrieve Arun's body from the tank. Dear friends, do you know who is Arun? Why is this story different for Arun? Over to you, Sri.
Hey, thank you so much. I think if you really look at it, the story was so, dramatic as such. So the manual suggests that it can actually be a humorous story, an amusing talk, or a dramatic story, which can actually stop the audience to not even look around somewhere and then make sure that they are focusing on the speaker. When he brought in those two characters, I'm sure everybody started wondering, okay, what is it all about? And then he brought in the clarity also, saying that one person is working above the stage and one person is working below. And then he brought in certain other features of the two people, and then brought clear differentiation between the two, and thereby making the story very impactful, and then leading them into the story. Now, I'm sure anybody who had listened to the story, at least this part, would now be keen as to what is he going to speak about, and how can we actually be taking it to the next level. So that's what I think was happening in this particular opening. Thank you so much. And before we go into the next type, I want to suggest you, in case if you have any questions, you can actually type it on the chat, and we can talk to any of these people as to, I have a few questions to them. I will ask them maybe for a few minutes after I finish this. But if in case you have any questions, please feel free to type it on the chat, and I will be happy to pass it on to them and take the answer from them. Now, next, get into the next one. We have Arun Abraham giving a rhetorical question as an opening. So can we have Arun Abraham?
Hi. Am I audible?
Yes, Arun.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know that we are supposed to stop our vehicle when that signal light tries to stop glowing yellow? Yet what we do? We all press on the accelerator as if there is no tomorrow, and we try to beat that yellow signal of 4 seconds. Are we safe? Are we helping the environment to become safer? I read a very interesting book by Mr. Raghunathan. It is called The Games We Indians Play. It talks about how we Indians are so selfish about our own intentions. Even if our own relatives are standing at the other end of the signal, we would want to rush through the yellow. I don't care whether that other person crosses the signal. I want to cross the signal first. So that creates a sense of unsafe condition. That's all I want to say. Over to
Thank
you,
you.
Modi.
Thank you so much, Arun Abraham. Now, I think this is again a very good rhetorical question, like how we had curiosity aroused by the story. This question I liked a lot because he was coming and talking about something which we all will be amused when you listen to it. But at the same time, this may be happening for us also, and maybe people around us every day, day in and day out, we may be encountering this. This question was saying that how many of you know, or do you know that you need to actually stop at the signal when it is turning yellow? And it's a very interesting question. It really arouses curiosity. And then people will think, okay, what is that we are now heading to? And that really takes us into next level of people's curiosity, I suppose. Now let's get into the next speaker, who will be giving quotation. Toastmaster Pranav Sudarshan.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, Pranav.
Thank you very much, sir. One ring to rule them all. Now, Lord of the Rings fans will get really excited hearing this, but people don't get so much excited. Cool down. I'm not talking about that ring which Frodo used to wear and bear it with him. I'm talking about the manholes in India. That is the ring. And as all of us know, manual scavenging has become so common. So those poor scavengers are the ring bearers because they bear the stench of the sewage, putting their lives on the line and making our environment a cleaner place. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Pranav. What I liked in this particular opening is the quote was extremely short, very crisp, and very powerful also. Right? It was not something which is very long, and people can easily remember. And from that quote, he immediately draw what actually you can expect out of that quote, not just the original and what it is referring to, but something completely unrelated. But people will be able to visualize the manholes which are there, and thereby I'm going to talk about something else. So I like the small part of the quote, though you can actually use a longer one also, but smaller ones get retained very well. And even if you are able to bring it back as a recall during the body of the speech or towards the end, it will make not only the speech more powerful, but also it's easy for people to remember and recall. So that was another excellent one, I should say, Pranav. Thank you very much for that. And then we have the next one, create a poetry or a parody. So can we have Toastmaster Vikul?
Yeah. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
They are like soldiers in the border, risking their life, working harder. There is no big achievement on inventing driverless cars or reaching outer space until people are used to clean human waste. The greatest minds should come together and invent a device that will prevent these acts further. A warm good evening to all my Toastmasters. Thank you, sir.
Hey, great. So again, this is not my area of expertise, writing a poem or something, but for you to come up with some nice rhyming words and then make it as interesting and then related to the topic very well is something which is very nice. And the manual again says that if you are able to have a very strong poem or some poetic lines, it can again draw attention of people. So maybe I can start with you, Mithun. How did you come up with this? What part of the story did you actually capture to come up with something like this?
The actual part where the scavengers are not considered, like in spite of they are being humans, like even we are humans equal to them, but we will not think to touch the human, but they don't think of it, and they equally like sacrificing a part of them for such work, which made me to write these lines.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. And Jagan, I have one question for you if you're there. So you actually, bringing in a story without it affecting the overall story is not easy. So how did you, what made you actually come up with that story, and how did you manage to bring in an exclusive story without dampening the impact of the speech? Jagan, are you there?
Yes, Sridhar.
Yeah,
I got an input from you actually. So you would know, you mentioned one thing to remove. I had a last line was not relevant to the story. So, and also it comes from the reading of the story, whatever Narasimhan had written, and whatever I am delivering is relative to that. So my Bible was his speech. So in terms of his speech, the main character is Arun. So nobody else. So in that terms, I cannot go beyond that speech. So I had this, whatever that is happening around, somewhere there was a thought, why can't we include these two things? There is, of course, a nepotism debate that is going on. There is also here, why can't we talk about this? So that thought with Narasimhan's script, the entire script as a Bible, so I cannot go beyond that script. So I went beyond, of course, I got input from you not to go beyond because it was out of context. So I had to bring it back so that it is in line with Narasimhan's script.
Oh, great. So what you're saying is, even if there is a temptation for us to go further beyond, it's better for us to keep it into that, and then so that it relates very well.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And DTM Guru sir, I have one question. So now, when you started this, what kind of idea you had in mind? Did you think of having it an amusing, or how did you conceptualize it?
Ultimately in this speech, he's bringing in a story of an accident. So to make people get ready for the impact of such, dreadful drivers or dreadful driving culture, we need to create the context at the beginning itself by removing all their distractions and stay focused on speech. Otherwise, it becomes a 5-point story where he only people remember about 5 kinds of drivers and they will forget once the speech is over. But when I begin with a start like this, they get jolted and they also feel very familiar that everyone would have come across this situation at least once in Namachennai. Then they are ready for the speech and they're later. That is why I created the dramatic opening.
Beautiful, sir. Thank you very much for that, because you try to bring in the theme, you try to bring in what is regularly happening, and thereby it was really very useful. Thank you so much. And now let's quickly get into closing. And as I told you, if you have any questions, please do put it across. Can we have the first closing from Ramesh Murugan, who speaks about quotation?
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
There is a saying that safety is not expensive, it is priceless. So the responsibility of keeping our priceless self safe on the road lies within us. To have a beautiful reminiscence, take the safety pledge today. That is not expensive. Always wear helmet when riding and ensure it is firmly strapped too. Also, the need of the hour is to take another important safety pledge is always wear mask when going outside. Corona mercilaidum. Over to Sridhar.
So thank you very much, Ramesh. That's an interesting closing, I should say. What I liked in it is, even in the quote that you had chosen, you actually had element of curiosity, right? You said it's not expensive, but it's priceless, right? And it actually brought in some kind of a conflict or a contrast, but still it really made it very, very interesting. And then as you moved in, then you used those two words, and thereby you were able to really bring in the correlation of what you're trying to say, and making the closing a grand closing. So very well done, Ramesh. Thank you very much for that. And we have next closing demonstrator, Anindita, to talk about story or anecdote. Anindita?
Am I audible?
Yes.
I still remember the day when my dad and I were involved in an accident when I was just 6 years old. Luckily, we had a helmet on and nothing serious happened to us that day. Ever since that day, I am scared to go out on a bike. I can tell you that the usage of proper road safety equipment is paramount. Dear Toastmasters, I have taken the pledge to follow these road rules and be responsible on road. Have you taken the pledge? Over to you, sir.
Yeah. So I think it's another interesting one, story or anecdote. What can actually sometimes become a problem is that you take the story, and then if you're having a story in the end, that should not basically compromise or dampen the quality of the speech which was given earlier. From that perspective, she just brought out one point and she said what was her learning, and it really made the closing very good. And then next we have Toastmaster Rohit, who will be giving a call for action closing.
Okay. Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, okay. Put an end to manual scavenging and get rid of the dirty, permanent stench on the roads in your neighborhood. Let Bandicoot do what it is good at. Visit us tomorrow. We will demonstrate the Bandicoot and you will be fully convinced. Remember, people, elections are just around the corner. Meet your local councillor or corporator or MLA with a give a Bandicoot or just scoot message. Ensure your family's hygiene and safety and regain your streets' lost prestige. You'll receive the location details as a message on your mobile number in the next 1 hour. To remind you, please don't miss the demo. Over to you.
Oh,
Thank you.
wonderful. So again, a call for action so that people are clearly told what exactly is the action that needs to be taken. I think such clarity if you have, and then despite having given call for action, here I find that it is not actually looking preaching or prescriptive. It's more interaction, and thereby it is making it very impactful. Thank you, Rohit. And then we have Bala Murugan giving us the next closing, which is on a rhetorical question. Bala?
Sure.
Yeah,
Am I audible, Sridhar?
Yeah.
My dear Toastmasters, are we going to tolerate the death of manual scavengers? Then how many years? Is it not the time to replace the human with the automation? Is it not the time we value other human livings or lives as of our own lives? It's up to us. It's a need of the hour, is it not? That's the
Great, Bala. Great. What I liked is there were multiple questions completely relating, recall with the speech that was there inside, and then bringing in kind of a summary. Thereby, it was easy for people to relate very well. Thank you, Bala, for that effort.
Thanks.
And we have next Priyadarshini talking about the invoking the opening. So can we have Priyadarshini?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
When government decides to construct a toilet, it becomes a central affair. When a worker dies cleaning those rings, it becomes a state affair. Stinging reality of manual scavenging. How do we fight for their justice? These were the opening lines, and here I'm trying to close, invoking the opening. Dehumanizing practice stings. So let us abolish the menace of manual scavenging. This is the only way to fight against stigma, discrimination, and give them their justice.
Thank you, Priyadarshini. I think it was very good. And since you brought the opening also here, it is very clear as to what you're referring to. And the key points of stigma, discrimination, all those were very clearly covered. And it was also crisp, I should say. And thereby it was able to communicate the message, whatever you wanted to communicate, very easy. Thank you, Priyadarshini. So, and the second last one, summarizing main points by Samyukta.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes. We now know the importance of road safety and its implications. Please keep in mind that people dying from road accidents, it's not something to be ignorant about. And the number of people who are dying only makes it a more serious issue. Wearing proper safety gear while on the road can reduce loss of lives by 90%. Let us all be mindful of our safety and be aware of our road manners and wear helmets. More specifically, a proper one. If every person in India becomes more attentive to this, it will make a whole world of difference. I am aware of my responsibilities. Are you? Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Samyukta. What I liked in it is there were actually 3 main points which were captured as summary from the speech, and that was a good recall and a good reinforcement, and then something what she is doing herself, and thereby it actually adds credibility, and finally asking that question, are you doing it? That I think is really a good method for you to actually conclude with summarizing the main points. Thank you so much. And last but not the least, we have Ashwin, who is here with another poetry to give a conclusion to speech. Ashwin?
Yeah, thank you, Sridhar. It is said the greatest word in the language is act. Would like to leave you all with these following words in the form of a poem. Hope we act on it. Titled, An Unusual Routine. Today, for a moment, I felt my job quite exhausting and tiring. As I was looking through the window, it was heavily raining. There, the usual routine on the road noticed another unusual routine. A person much beyond his teen removed a manhole, plunged into it to clean. A brutal reality of certain cruel jobs which still prevail. Even though it gave my job a great sense of hail, realize if we do not act upon this unceasing tale, for sure, in a call to humanity, we will deliberately fail. Thank you, Sridhar. Over to you.
Thank you, Ashwin. Again, a wonderful poem. And as I told in the opening case here also, it's very difficult for me to get something like this. Very rhyming ones. You've been able to bring the essence of the speech in a very good manner. And also you had the transition linking very well into this. Thereby people will be able to relate very well. And that will take the call for action also the next step very easily. Thank you very much, Ashwin, for that.
Thank you, sir.
So we have come to the conclusion of the session. For want of time, I'm going to close it. And if there are any questions, we can always take it offline. Now, what I want to say is what you've seen is a demonstration of what are the possible ways of opening and possible ways of closing can be done. And while these can actually further be tweaked, further be fine-tuned so that it can be made even better, but I think at least it gives us various ideas as to how all we can do it instead of looking at just a monotonous opening and a monotonous closing. The best way for you all to do is to at least pick up one of these in your next speeches or the coming speeches and see how you can actually force fit some of these into your opening and closing and start practicing it so that when you reach a contest level or something, it will be very useful for you. Thank you very much once again for the opportunity. And if there's any questions, we can probably exchange in private chat or in the comment chat. Thank you, and back to Suganti.
Thank you very much, Sridhar, for enriching our Toastmasters educational experience. All right, ladies and gentlemen, whether you are exploring the historical town of St. Thomas, or you have gone out to meet your celebrities at Kodambakkam, I think it's now time for us to get into the buzzing area of Chennai called T Nagar. Now, T Nagar, ladies and gentlemen, has something that has something to offer to all of us, whether it is Diwali shopping or it is Christmas shopping or New Year shopping or anything. You want to go buy silk saree, you want to buy sweets or suits, not sweets. Of course, we can buy sweets also in T Nagar, or you just want to go ahead and buy simple cotton clothes. T Nagar has something to offer to each of us. And I think in Toastmasters, the impromptu speaking section called the table topics is something that adds flavor to our very own members as well as guests. So today, to take us through the table topics section, we have yet another, of course, Chennai Vasi, who says that if you are in Chennai, you should definitely enjoy the various types of cuisines that Chennai has to offer. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to welcome our table topics master, Toastmaster, Abhishek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, TTM Suganti. Very happy evening to Namma Madras wordsmiths and medallions and my esteemed guest. So, without any further ado, I will just jump into what this round robin session is going to be. You are going to construct a tall tale story or tall tale plot. Each speaker will be given a time of 45 seconds to 1 minute, where the timer will be showing a card on 45 seconds. and I will be stopping the speaker at the end of 1 minute sharp. So wherever that speaker has left the story, the second speaker or the next speaker will continue that story from. So sweet of table topic master, right? I will add few more sugar coats to make myself more sweet. The first sugar cube, all the story should be in a first person. That is, I must live in that story. So all the story narration should be in the first person. And the most sweetest sugar cube is this. I'm not going to just tell a story. As a table topic master, I will be publishing a picture and a word. As a table topic speaker, you have to include those two in your story. So let me start this story and hand it over to the first table topic speaker. I was getting down from my Jaguar car. I saw a gorgeous girl looking at me, staring at me, and slowly coming towards me. From here, I pass on the ball to ever smiling Toastmaster Jyoti Thomas to continue the story with this picture and word. Over to you, Toastmaster Jyoti Thomas.
Good evening, everybody. Before I go, a quick check. Is my word the central station?
Yes.
Time ticks, tock, tock, as you move along to the central station. There's my train waiting while I was looking and reminiscing the awesome Jaguar which was waiting around the clock. How often do we ever get a chance to get off a Jag and get into a train? Not often. So I guess this is quite the ride I will be taking. It's going to be nostalgic, no doubt, but Chennai has everything without any doubt. I'm going to look at it and say, when was the last time I went in there? Do we all have the time that it ticks and tells us a whole tale? Thank you once again. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jyoti Thomas. So the next speaker will be continuing the story from the place where Toastmaster Jyoti Thomas left. So next I call upon Toastmaster Ramesh Rajendran from Medley to continue the story using these two parts. Like break the ice should be used in your story and also this picture. Howsoever you can interpret the picture, that's up to the table topic speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster Ramesh Rajendran.
Very good afternoon. After I saw her, I just wanted to break the ice, to go and with full confidence speak to that person. Before seeing, I had a reminiscence of my school love life, which came and cherished in front of me, and had full courage to speak to that person. After that, I don't know. Then I went, had a conversation, and we had all those conversations regarding the childhood days where we saw the Mickey Mouse cartoon till the day where we are seeing the Pogo and all. And that cannot be forgotten because that is like a reminiscent in my heart. Because I have seen the same person in the school, and this is the person whom I saw fast forwarding, say, 15 years. So it was a very delightful and unforgettable moment for me to cherish this thing and have a conversation with her. Over to you, table topic.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ramesh Rajendran. And to continue the story from where Toastmaster Ramesh left, I call upon Toastmaster Paul Bhaskaran to continue the story, and here are your objects. Over to you, Toastmaster Paul Bhaskaran. Okay, I think he's unavailable. So let me call upon
Yeah, I'm here.
Prashant.
Yes, I'm.
Okay, sir.
So sorry, I'm so sorry about it. Now my turn starts. Mickey Mouse.
Yes,
when you think about Mickey Mouse, the happiness was there when I was sailing from Nicobar to Chennai. The moment I landed, I could listen to a nice song, which was சொர்க்கமே என்றாலும் அது நம்மூரை போல வருமா? அட என்னாலும் என்றாலும் அது நம் நாட்டு கீடாகுமா? பரதேசம் முழுதும் பேசும் மொழிகள் தமிழ் போல் இனித்திடுமா? That is what is about Madras, Chennai, Namma Chennai. My dear friends, the song, the Mickey Mouse on the ship journey, definitely that brings reminiscence in me. Thank you very much.
Okay, so to continue the story from our Toastmaster Paul Bhaskaran left, I call upon Toastmaster Prashant, and here are your objects to be used in your story.
So I was sailing the ship, and with the mask on my face, and I was very hungry after a tiresome journey through the car and the train. And I was very happy that I was in a ship and I was able to see the blue expanse. And it was as my stomach was growling to have some food, and I was living this dream of looking at the blue expanse. The waiter offered me a bowl full of mixed varieties of ice cream, and I was just relishing it and also enjoying the beautiful journey through which I was going in. So this was a dream come true for me. And over to you, Abhishek.
Thank you. So to continue from where Toastmaster Prashant left, I call upon guest Varsha to continue the story with these objects. Guest Varsha. Okay, so let me continue further and call upon Toastmaster Sajid. Toastmaster Sajid, are you there? Okay, then let me skip this to Toastmaster Arumugam to continue the story with these objects.
Yeah, good evening, Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. This universe and Iron Man. Having a dessert, ice cream in the plate. Meanwhile, one enemy like Iron Man, like now COVID, how we are facing, because we are not able to fight with Iron Man. And we are facing, everybody suffering this COVID, and we are not finding any medicines or anything. We are suffering. And that moment, and creating a big, if somebody's hero, or in vaccines come, that entire universe problem will solve. That way, we have to think about Iron Man. Iron Man, now we have to create to safeguard our entire world from COVID. Over to TT Master.
Thank you so much. To continue the story from where Toastmaster Arumugam left, I call upon Toastmaster Gopinath Murthy from Chennai Wordsmiths.
Thank you, TT Master.
Once we have
Created starting, getting the vaccine.
like Iron Man, so we people live with the world. So now in the overall 6 months of period, we affected with the COVID-19. So once we started getting the vaccine, we should live the life. How the diamond glows. So we should live the life with the glow, with the with the joy, happiness, without having any stress, without having any worry. So we should live the life happy, like how the diamond glows. So we should use our future, should be enjoyable, and we should live with the life happy, because we are not sure what happens when the pandemic comes, when the bad situation comes. So whatever the remaining life we have, we need to
live the life happily without any worries, stress.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gopinath. To close this story, since we are running short of time, to close this story, I call upon Toastmaster Pavitra Sridhar to continue and close these stories with these two objects. Toastmaster Pavitra Sridhar from Medley Toastmasters. Okay, Toastmaster Lavanya can step in and close the story.
With all the dreams I had to speak to the girl whom I saw when I was young, and I see her stand here like Miss Universe, with the dream that I was having an ice cream with her, and everything was just unmanageable. Like it was reminiscence in my mind, having her beside me. As I was having the ice cream, I could just feel the chillness of the ice cream just down my throat. I just realized something is wrong. I felt too hot. I just woke up and I saw it was just a dream. And then I made it a note in my diary, calling it a day, that this can only happen in my dream. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lavanya. It was indeed a great twist to end the story with. So we hope we got many directors for our Tamil cinema soon from this Medley Toastmasters and Wordsmith Toastmasters. Due to lack of time, I thank all the Toastmasters, all the Wordsmiths, Number Chennai, Number Madras, Wordsmith and Medley for this opportunity, and hand the control back to Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Suganti. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Round Robin Master, Toastmaster Abhishek. You indeed brought a different flavor to our joint meeting today. All right, now, as all of you must be quite tired after all that busy shopping at T Nagar, it's now time to fill our tummies. If you are interested in tasting the Anglo-Indian cuisine, then catch the train and head to either Nungambakam or Chetpet. If you are an ardent fan of the mouth-watering biryani, of course, you have Pallavaram and Egmore. In case if you are the traditional vegetarian, there's always this bhajis, bondas, idlis, pongals that is always available in Mylapore. Or if you want to taste the traditional Madras vada curry with set dosa, head over to Annanagar. Ladies and gentlemen, before you go on to make all those lovely choices, let us figure out from our station master, Mr. Timer, as to whether our prepared speakers and table topic speakers have qualified. Mr. Timer?
Arun Kumar, Toastmaster Nashriman. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Toastmaster Arun Kumar and Toastmaster Nashriman qualified. Under the table topic sessions, Toastmaster Jyoti Thomas and Toastmaster Ramesh Rajendran are qualified.
Thank you, Mr. Station Master, Timer, Toastmaster Morgan. I request all of you, while you're busy eating, to also quickly grab a napkin and write down your vote for the best speaker and the best table topic speaker. After we are done with eating, I'm sure while the check comes, I'm sure the club will also issue the voting link. Now it's time to invite our general evaluator, the supervisor, the king of Chennai, DTM Yuvraj, back on stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. As we write examination, we always know that the results are going to come. So the results part will be a little bit later. In any Toastmaster meeting, once we have given a speech or the meeting, we know that there is something which went well and there is almost every time a point of improvement. So that's what General Evaluator does. With the prepared speeches, the first speaker was Toastmaster Arun. Can I request his evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Sunil Jose, to give his evaluation?
Thank you, General Evaluator DTM Yuvraj. Toastmaster Arun, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Toastmaster Arun was giving a project, the repeat project, not repeat, but the second speech from evaluation and feedback project. So the title was "Are You Safe?" If you look at the speech as a whole, you can see the topic topic is something which will never lose relevance as long as there are vehicles on our roads driven by human beings. So this is but how many times you hear about this? Each time you get some message about this kind of topics. So how did he do it today? So Arun, you preferred to open in a very humorous way. You give different types of drivers in the road, which was very humorous, and from there you had a very smooth flow to the transition to the values driver needs to cultivate to drive in Indian roads especially, and then you give some statistics from there. By the time the audience was getting tuned to that values, you give some statistics about the road accidents in India. Then from there you move to the main part of the body of the speech, where you gave us poignant and very touchy story about your relative who lost the life in an accident. And that story was with a big twist, which I didn't expect that he hit the pavement and then she didn't have properly strapped the helmet. So that was a big twist. And from there you went to the message of the story, like after talking about the drivers and after talking about the statistics and gave the story of your relative, you talk about what the call for action to obey the traffic. So this was overall the speech content, and this is the way in which you actually delivered it. So the speech as a whole was an attention grabbing because the humorous opening, and also the statistics, as always the statistics of accidents give kind of reminder for us, and strong, the touchy and the twist in the story really brought some difference. Now, what are the areas where you can improve upon in this speech? The opening was a little bit lengthy. I think one of the opening which is suggested through Sridhar Ranganathan's workshop would have been ideal. So here it was direct, straight away you get into the opening, and you went on with it was a long opening. You were describing the drivers. So because of the long opening, what happened? The communication had an effect on communicating the actual message to the audience properly, because the conclusion became very abrupt and not effective. Other than this, the speech was very good and very effective. All the best, Arun, for your next speech. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sunil Jose. Now, the second speaker was Toastmaster Narasimhan. To evaluate Toastmaster Narasimhan's speech, can I request distinguished Toastmaster Arun Sridhar to give his evaluation?
Toastmasters guests and my target speaker Narasimhan in particular. Lord of the Rings, I don't know about Lord of the Rings, but the lot of good speeches has blessed you today, because it was an awesome speech, very good topic selection, very relevant to the times that we live in, and very logical as well. What I liked most about your speech was the way it was structured, clear introduction, and 3 parts to it. You set out to define what is manual scavenging, because you set the baseline, because not all of us may know, most of us will know, but not all of us would know what it means. You set that baseline very well, and not only did you state the problem, but you also gave the solution, right? So it's a problem solution kind of a informative speech, which is really nice. You gave 3 solutions, so topic, subtopic, very well organized, very logical as well. You appeal to the logical side of the audience with facts, right? 1,000 manual scavengers, 600 rupees, 60 deaths. You mentioned Bandicoot. So a lot of good references to data points. So anyone who's a logical thinker in the audience would say, wow, amazing, right? But what if I'm a slightly more emotional kind of a person who needs a little bit of a kind of an emotional stimuli, which is where I think a little bit of vocal variety and pauses, I think we discussed this before the speech, would really help, right? So especially you had some really good dialogues in the beginning, right? You sketched the image of this person doing this with his bare hands, and you mentioned he is no less than God. Imagine saying that slowly with a pause, and imagine the kind of emotional connect that would leave the audience. It would really paint a very good picture. So that is something that you could improve. And the other thing is, introduction was really good. Lord of the Rings. I wish you would kind of connect the intro and conclusion. One of the things that we discussed about, I think one of the participants did, was they connected the intro and the conclusion, kind of like you connect the roof and the basement of a house. So that is something you could do. And one of the other things that we do in Toastmasters is we punctuate the finish of the introduction by saying Toastmasters and guests. Probably not required outside Toastmasters, but if you're giving contest speech and things like that, that kind of distinguishes the introduction and the body of the speech. But other than that, those are just things that you can use to take it to the next level. But very good topic selection. You were very comfortable with the audience and a very valuable message. I went out of this. I'll go out of this meeting as a better person as a result of this speech. Thank you, Narasimhan, and look forward to your next speech.
Thank you, DTM Arun Sridhar. Now it's time for timer, R counter, and grammarian report. Can I request timer Mohan to give his timing report?
Toastmaster 7 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Narasimhan 6 minutes. For the table topic speakers, Toastmaster Jyoti Thomas 1 minute. Toastmaster Ramesh Rajendran 1 minute. Toastmaster Paul Boston 49 seconds. Toastmaster Prasad 56 seconds. Toastmaster R Mukam 40 seconds. Toastmaster Gopinath 52 seconds. Toastmaster Lavanya 50 seconds. Under the evaluation sessions, Toastmaster Sunil Jose 3 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster Arun Sridhar 2 minutes 50 seconds. Over to general affairs.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohan. Now it's time to hear from Toastmaster Radha for your R counter report. Toastmaster Radha.
Can you see my screen?
Yes,
sir?
yes. Go ahead, Toastmaster Radha.
Yes. Today was it is non-lexical is 4. Arun Kumar it is lexical is 1, and Narasimhan it is non-lexical is 1. Sunil Jose non-lexical is 2, and DTM Arun Sridhar non-lexical is 2, and from Toastmaster Sridhar Ranganathan it is non-lexical is 1. Other than this, Toastmaster Mithun, the lexical is 1. And in table topics from Toastmaster Prashant, it is non-lexical is 4. Ramesh Rajendran, it is 1. And Gopinath Murthy, non-lexical, it is 2. That's all. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Radha. Now it's time to hear from our grammarian, Toastmaster Atishi.
Thank you, thank you, General Evaluator. I'll be sharing my screen. I have my report in an Excel sheet. So first off, I'll go about discussing in general. In all, we had 6 speakers use the word of the day, which was reminiscence. So kudos to that. And in general, we saw a lot of remarkable words. We saw the word Chennai Vasi being used by the TMOD again and again. This was good because it lines up very well with our theme. Then we had words like ostracized and bandicoot, humanoids, stigma, and a lot of very good phrases such as menace and abolishing, and like a lot of good usage that I have detailed in front of the speaker's name in the sheet. And there were a lot of minor errors, very small errors that all of us know is wrong, but they happen to creep up when we are speaking. So things like tense and verb not agreeing, or errors made when with singular and plural forms. So these are things that we can avoid if we are mindful of those errors, but it's hard to avoid them 100% because they happen to creep up whenever a person is speaking. And a few suggestions. So I also noticed that there were problems with sentence structure, and I believe this is because when we are trying to speak, we often think in our native language. So we think in Hindi or Tamil, and then as we speak, we try to translate that into English. So what happens is, due to the difference in the two languages, the sentence structure, it sounds off. So this, with practice, we could better this. So we could improve this. Now I'll, for the rest of the time, 35 seconds, I'll leave my screen on and I'll let you go through the comments on in front of the speakers. A green box such as this one means that the speaker used the word of the day, and all of these columns represent the respective things. So I'll just slowly scroll down the sheet.
Point of order, Atishay, if you could hide the column D, because we don't make a reference to the person who makes it. Thank you.
Right. Yep. So that's it from my side. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Atishay. Now it's time for me to submit my General Evaluator report. What a conglomeration of two great clubs in Chennai, Chennai Wordsmith Toastmasters Club and Medley Toastmasters Club. Bound to happen, and that's going to be a great meeting altogether. What I liked the most is the preparation which went behind the scene to make sure that the entire meeting comes off well from both the president, and they logged in at 2:40 to make sure that everything was on spot. The prepared speeches were well prepared. The evaluation were good. The education session was like Rajni coming and giving us glimpses as such. 7 different kinds of opening and 7 different kinds of closing as such. That's enlightening all of us all together. Toastmaster of the Day did a great job by choosing the theme of the day as Namma Chennai and briefing about the Chennai history as such and joining across everything. The transitions were very well. One thing which I would like to emphasize is like the timing of the education session was like on the higher side, and that's where we are running out of time. Maybe we could have managed well. That is the only suggestion which I had. Otherwise, it was a great meeting. Now handing over control back to Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, General Evaluator, DTM Yuvraj. I hope all of you have finished eating all your favorite food items from the different parts of Chennai. I think the President is getting ready to present the bill to all of us. Chennai to me is a potpourri of tradition, architecture, history, a variety of cuisines. To some of us, it is like the cradle of technical education, the IT highway, and of course, not to forget the industrialization, urbanization, and the glamour. I think Chennai is a land of opportunities, and whichever part of India that you are hailing from, whether you are a Chennai Vasi by birth or you are called a Chennai Vasi by the virtue of your residence, I'm sure Chennai has taken all of us as its own citizens, and each of us has a special place in this wonderful city called Chennai. So if you're currently residing in Chennai, stay safe. And for those of us who are in our hometowns and just longing to get back to Chennai, once situation becomes better, get off the Madras train, take the adventurous share auto, or if you can walk or ride, explore Chennai and experience the emotion called Namma Madras. With that said, I'll now request the Vice President Education, Toastmaster Raghunath Nair, to display the voting link. And ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to invite the President of Medley Toastmasters Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Thomas Abraham. Thomas, sir, you're on mute.
Thank you very much, DTM Sugandhi. Now, whatever I'm going to say is going to be anticlimactic. A team of 26 trapeze artists choreographed without even a rehearsal such a medley of acts, such wordsmithy, such an impeccable performance. I'm so glad we will remember that this is true. It happened because it's been recorded. But then when you get two clubs with a collective legacy of 1,180 meetings coming together, expect them to bring together the best of Adyar and Ananagar in the whole of District 120. Let's unmute, friends, let's unmute and give them the applause they so richly deserve. Thank you, Mr. Sridhar. Every Toastmaster present today will remember this session whenever he or she sits down to write a draft anytime till the end of his Toastmaster journey. For me, it's been a great pleasure working with Mr. President, Toastmaster Arun. I'm so glad, Arun, that we could give the Mexican seed and Namma Chennai soil to grow and flourish into 14 great speeches today. Let's wish each of the two clubs a grand milestone meeting round the corner. Milestone 600 is not very far. Let them be real get-togethers in flesh and blood to make up for 6 months of house arrest. In terms of guest feedback, since I'm the last batsman, I need to hurry. May I request Toastmaster Naman to tell us what was the feeling? Beg your pardon, guest Naman.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was a very fruitful meeting, though. I learned a lot about opening and closing, and it was a very great session for me altogether.
Sure. Any other guest would like to chip in? One more guest could speak to us.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, this is
Varsha.
Varsha.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
good evening, everyone. I'm a 12th standard student and I've completed. So I've given number of speeches in my school. Slowly, I learned it's not only what about I speak, the body language, or my self-confidence. It also matters. And I have always wanted to improve myself as a person, and this quest has led me to choose Toastmasters. So I feel my communication skills and leadership qualities will also grow. That's all.
Sure. Thank you very much. I 100% agree with your judgment. You're in the right place. You will go places. Please continue. All the best. There's someone, I may request someone to unmute if there is some disturbance. Yes. Allow me to move on to congratulate Toastmaster Shruti and Toastmaster Anandita for their level 3 and Toastmaster Ram Prasad for his level 2 awards. We now are ready for the results. The best speaker is Toastmaster Narasimhan, the Lord of the Rings. The best evaluator is DTM Arun Sridhar, his evaluator. The best tag player is Toastmaster Adishay, the grammarian, who used the 30 seconds to display his presentation. The best role player, shall we skip it or announce it as DTM Sugandhi Perisamy? And the best table topic speaker is DTM Jyoti Thomas. With this, with the imaginary gavel, I declare closed meeting 591 of Wordsmith and 589 of Medley close. But the